Kevin Holland. What's been going on with Kevin Holland lately? Any thoughts on that?
No, I
Well,
mean,
do you know what a 4570 is?
I sure don't. I sure don't. I don't. Yeah. Uh, but for me, I think Kev, bro, just whatever little money he is making from the UFC, he comfortable with it, right? Like right now, you can see he comfortable with losing. Like he don't even get upset, mad about it, like nothing. Like it just is what it is. You see, he got another fight coming up now, right? What in March
Gunnar
against some
Nelson,
dude.
yeah.
Yeah, Gunnar Nelson, which I ain't know Gunnar Nelson was still fighting. I ain't even gonna lie. But you could just see that his mentality, like you will never see that 2020 Kev again. Nothing. Somebody that could have done something, could have made some noise, right? Back in the day because he was hungry, he was motivated, and he was locked in. I think my man just look too comfortable now with the checks. So it is what it is. That's his path. That's his vision. If you can make more money, what I'm saying, and not having to fight for a belt, that's like a down Cerrone. So he the black down Cerrone in the game.
He's like 32 though, so I feel like there's still maybe time to turn it around if he really wants to like lock
I don't
in.
think he want to. I don't think he want to.
You don't think he wants to?
Uh-uh.
Because he just said that he's gonna drop back down to 170, so he's trying to get like
That's
disciplined. I
true.
feel like that's what he's lacking is the discipline.
Possibly, but like I don't think it's nothing for this nigga to cut to 170 in the first place. You know what I mean? He ain't got to cut no weight to even get to 185.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Okay, fair enough.
Mm.
And did you happen to see his comments about on the Jackson podcast? They asked him about you. Did you see it?
Okay, no, what do you say?
Okay, so Kevin
I know,
Holland
I know
said,
he went viral with going back and forth with Rampage though.
"Yeah, was that disrespectful or what?"
No. So look, this is what I'm gonna say, right? Because I had my same similar situation. You understand? So I
Right.
had my same similar situation with DC. And I feel like you can't get mad at how somebody responds to whatever goofy ass shit that you say, right? But there's a time and place for a lot of things. But I feel like in my heart and heart, like if we really can't work this shit out, if we really can't like figure things out with communication, we in the best sport in the world. Where at the Jackson podcast, they got a ring, right? Now, Rampage was just keeping a bug. He's like, look, bro, I'm trying to keep this professional, man. You on my pod, you know what I'm saying? Like, bro, you got to fight tomorrow. I ain't trying to really hear no calls, but what cares? Like, I don't give a fuck about my fight tomorrow. And if it was really about that, like, they really could have handled it right there, right before his fight, you know what I'm saying? That he had, tomorrow. And you already know he lost in the first round, right?
Right, which
Got
made
choked
that
out.
whole thing even way worse because it's like you trying to fight Rampage, but you didn't even beat.
Right? So
Yeah.
it's just like where are you trying to really commit your energy at? And I really feel like a lot of these old school fighters, and I'm not gonna lie to you, right? And I'm gonna keep it real. Like, even though Kev is a goofy ass fighter and pretty much is like fucking up his career by like just taking these random fights, he's still an elite fighter in the UFC right now, currently. Like a lot of people felt like Kev couldn't get busy with Rampage is kind of wild to me, right? I don't really play with the whole gunplay, right? Because you really kind of like trying to say you're trying to kill somebody, right?
He did
Like
say
that.
that, like
That's doing.
insinuated it.
Yeah, that's like that's doing too much. You know what I'm saying? Because then it's a fair fight between anybody. But it ain't no fair fight if they actually in the ring with one another. Him and Rampage. I'm gonna just keep it a book. I'm gonna keep
Because
it real.
Kevin would beat up Rampage at this point.
Yes.
Yeah.
Just naturally, right? Just naturally. And then Rampage would have kept that 45-70 and would have popped that young buck. Like and been in his right and would have been in his right. So I feel like, these old school fighters, they really feel like they really got it like that, you know?
Mm.
Like
So you
like
think
people really.
Rampage felt like he was chilling in that situation?
Yeah, but
Yeah.
I'm just keeping it real on my side, and it's not because I'm just picking on Rampage or picking on Kev. It's just I think a lot of these older fighters, man, that had their heyday, that did their thing, that became double champ, they really feel like they still got it. What should I like to see?
Yeah. Okay, fair enough. It's the age. So obviously they're gonna feel like they do, but the age is like the biggest,
It is,
You
bro.
see it with Izzy. Izzy's an
Time is
elite guy, and
undefeated,
that just happened to him.
man. Time is undefeated, bro, and I know my time gonna come up eventually, right? But I ain't gonna be down there, 50 years old talking about like, oh yeah, what I'm saying, take on the current whatever, ranking that's going on. Oh, I beat his ass. Like
Yeah.
it don't work like that.
My thing about that was like, I was kind of feeling like Kevin was kind of saying, like, Rampage, I feel like I could take you, so I'll beat your ass. But then the whole gunplay thing coming in was basically saying, like, the
That's
guy
that.
who could beat me up would shoot me. So it's like exactly what you said. Well, the Rampage would shoot you. So don't even get into that. Like, I feel like you guys are fighters. The fighters don't really pull out the guns. It's like people who can't fight who pull out a gun. So
Exactly. That's 100%. That's 100%. So that's the only thing I say about Care like that. That was goofy and pretty much unnecessary because, like, bro, you're not gonna do that, right?
right, I agree.
Like, why even pretend or why even play like that? But yeah. So that went viral for Jackson podcast though,
It
right?
did.
So
They got some numbers off of that.
they gonna be running with that shit for a minute. They gonna be selling shirts, 45 70s.